Beautiful shot of the seaside course here on St. Simon's Island with the former individual champion Steve Melnick. I'm Taylor Zarzour. Doug Bell is out on the course. We had some moisture come in, to say the least, yesterday with a thunderstorm as well. So the semifinals had to be played this morning. The championship match this afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-70s. A little bit of wind, always the case here. On a golf course, it's a par 70, just over 7,000 yards, originally designed by Harry Colt and Charles Allison in the late 20s. And Tom Fazio came in here just over 20 years ago, Steve, and did a terrific job with this place.
Boy, he sure did. This is the 20th year. As we said, this is host of this championship, and these players can't wait to get back each and every year.
PGA Tour is here each November, right before Thanksgiving, and the SEC title decided for 2 decades each spring. Bull and Sherwood both in the fairway at 1. Reeder and Davenport on the tee in 6 minutes. The individual champion, Segundo Oliva Pinto, will tee off at 12:50 against Harrison Ott. Manuel Lozada is off at the top of the hour versus William Mole. And Julian Perico, the winning putt that gave Arkansas the championship 2 years ago, is off last at 1:10. He'll play Matthew Riedel.
The course staff has gone out and changed the whole locations for the final match this afternoon. So what we saw this morning is no longer valid, and they've tucked these pins for this afternoon championship match.
And we thought that they might use carts at some point today, but they decided with the wet weather and how quickly they moved around the golf course to keep them out there walking. Bull with iron into the first.
Taylor, to your point, I really commend these young players for playing so quickly this morning. Great pace for Goff.
He does not like that one as he hit that one too hard. He runs hot from time to time.
If you make birdie this afternoon, you'll earn it.
Wind will continue to freshen as the day goes on, as you see Sherwood's shirt whipping in the wind. Down there with Gator Todd, the head assistant for Vanderbilt, working for Scott Limbaugh. Both of those guys have Alabama ties, and Vandy knocked off the Crimson Tide this morning.
This is a tough shot. He's got the wind off his left shoulder. He's hugged the edge of the dog leg flagstick over on the left. So if you're brave enough, you go at the flag. Now with your opponent over the green, I think you look for the middle of the green.
See that water moving from right to left behind him. So this, see if he can flight this one well off of his back foot.
You like that, don't you? That back foot trap.
It's the only shot I've got right now. And boy, does Sherwood like it too. Well done. Inside 10 feet for birdie at the first for the Commodores against the Arkansas Razorbacks, deciding the Southeastern Conference on a perfect day on St. Simon's Island. Over the green, William Bull at the first, hitting his third shot. Gets it to check a little bit. Sherwood in there tight for birdie in this first match of the SEC Finals. Bull with dual citizenship in Norway and the United States.
This is match number 2 of the 2021 SEC Men's Golf Championship. This is the 12:40 starting time. The referee is Mr. Tom Dudley. First on the tee representing Arkansas is Mr. Tyson Reeder.
Also a graduate senior from Edmond, Oklahoma. Transferred in from Oklahoma State. Tied A&M's Daniel Rodriguez this morning in the semifinals.
Next on the tee, representing Vanderbilt, please welcome Reed Davenport.
Reeder finds the fairway, and Davenport will be on the tee in just a moment. His teammate Sherwood trying to go one up after one. Well done. Steps into that one.
Walked it in, didn't he?
Commodores with the lead in the first match. Now his teammate Davenport, also from Austin, Texas. And that finds the bunker. So Reeder in good shape there in match 2 for Arkansas. With the SEC champion, Steve Melnick from the Florida Gators, I'm Taylor Zarzour. Steve, you were such an accomplished player as an amateur player and as a professional, but I know team golf is what you live for.
If you had to pick one sport to be a student athlete, to make your way through a university and to compete, golf is the best one by far. And I'm really happy for these young men that they get to compete here at Seaside again, the 20th year they've hosted this championship here. And we've got 2 wonderfully matched teams in the finals today.
Tell us a little bit about the transition going from stroke play to match play. Georgia won the stroke play competition in the first 3 days of team competition, but then they got knocked out in the quarterfinals in match play. It's a brand new ball game.
Match play is really fickle. You know, you look at like Harrison Ott. He didn't have a particularly good 3 days of stroke play. He shot 229, but he's been a giant killer in match play. And I think that's what makes match play so much fun.
We're at the second tee now after Sherwood won the first.
This is a very difficult driving hole, particularly now back into the breeze. Well done.
See where the hole is cut in the back portion of the green, way back there in the back right.
They told me today that it's going to be tough from a hole location perspective.
So after Bull lost the first, on the tee at the second. Graduate senior from Fairhope, Alabama, splits the fairway there at 2. So you were saying about the difficult conditions today with the wind up here on the Seaside course. And the golf course has really shown its teeth all week long.
I think if players go out this afternoon and think about how do I make par, how do I make par, how do I make par, I think that will be their saving grace, because you won't find many birdies today.
It's hosted this championship for 2 decades now. Just a stunning layout that Tom Fazio redesigned just over 20 years ago, deciding the SEC championship with 2 teams that know what it's like to get it done. Vanderbilt won it in 2017. Arkansas, the 2-year defending champions.
They're no stranger to match play, and a lot of teams that don't embrace it. But I think these 2 teams have, and that's why they're in the finals.
So we'll be here to call the action. Doug Bell will be out on the golf course watching. There's Scott Limbaugh, the head coach of the Commodores in his 9th season. Won the title the first year of match play in 2017. And then a few weeks later, guided his Commodores to the stroke play championship portion of the NCAA tournament before losing in the Final 4 of match play. Ahead of him in the fairway at 1 is Reeder versus Davenport. Looks like Reeder will go first for the Hogs. Doug Bell's going to watch a little bit of this group before paying most of his attention on Olivo, Pinto, and Ott. Good afternoon, Doug.
Hey, Taylor, I think it's so important to get off to a fast start. As you and Steve have been referring to, the wind is going to gradually just pick up upwards of 20 miles per hour as the day goes on. And when you hit those holes 11, 12, 13, 14 with a wind 20 to 25 miles per hour, I mean, it's fasten your seatbelt. So it's imperative to get off to a fast start. Comebacks will be difficult on this Sunday afternoon. Let's see what Tyson Reeder can do. The lefty, saw him warming up earlier. He's got about 151 in this whole location, front left, 11 paces on, 7 from the left side. It is really tucked, and the wind blowing from back in his face, but at an angle left to right. Certainly not helping. Shot now from just outside 150 yards, moving it from his left to right. and he'll catch the slope and roll onto the green. That's a good play. He's outside 22, 23 feet. That'll be a birdie try coming up.
So difficult, as Doug said, to gauge the wind there at 1. Can't make a mistake and end up short.
On each of the 2 9s, you go out into the wind and you come back down breeze. So you got to be careful the first 5 holes here at Seaside.
Davenport in the bunker, Doug.
Yep, good lie. The lip really not a factor. And the wind's back in his face at an angle. That sand blows right back into your face. And flies the green, guys, and that is not the shave down area. That's the primary cutter rough behind the green. That'll be tricky.
So a mistake there from Davenport. Back on the tee, there's our individual champion, Segundo Oliva Pinto, getting some more nutrition in his bag. He has had one whale of a week. Won the individual title, beat LSU's Nicholas Arcement 4-2 in the quarterfinals yesterday, and knocked off Texas A&M's Walker Lee 4-2 in the semifinals. This morning, his teammate William Bull, 1 down in the fairway at 2.
This flagstick all the way in the back of this very narrow green. And that is almost impossible up and down there because the green runs away from you back there.
2 missed clubs in a row for Bull in the middle of the fairway at 1 and at 2. So Sherwood to take more of an advantage.
It's really tough for a player to say to himself, I really can't aim at this flagstick, because inherently you want to do it. That's a perfect example why the middle of the green is a good target.
It's a bit surprising to see a 24-year-old graduate senior airmail the green in the first 2 holes, going up against this true freshman Sherwood with his assistant coach Gator Todd trying to help him navigate the wind here, which has been such a factor. It always is when you come here to the Seaside course.
Got a bit of a break. He lost his tee shot to the right, but the rough held it up.
And that's a good shot in the front of the green. Well, we were talking about the wind and the conditions this week. It is always a factor here on St. Simons Island.
The weather makes it challenging, especially the wind.
The course is very open, so there's no protection, so you can feel the wind from all angles.
It can be pretty constant around 15 miles an hour, but you know, you get gusts up to 25. Tough thing about it out here is the wind can change every day.
If you're out there struggling hitting the ball, wind will get a hold of it and it'll go wayward, so you got to strike it well.
Definitely learn how to flight the ball down. I think actually being from this area helps. So we've kind of dealing with the wind our whole life, really.
It's a really long playing short golf course. It's not really long on the scorecard, but you have to hit some 5 irons and 6 irons into some greens, so you know you have to be good with your long irons.
When it's windy out here, hitting these fairways is really important. Being smart around the greens, not short-siding yourself.
It's a ball striker's golf course, but when you get on the greens and the wind's blowing 20 and a lot can happen. Pars are your friend out here.
Heat, cold, those are always factors, but I think the biggest natural element to contend with on the golf course is always wind. If you can get that done here, you can play anywhere.
Welcome to the final
I always love the
matches
old
of
Scottish line, they win, they golf.
SEC Men's Golf Championship. This is the 12:50 starting time, match number 3. The rules official is Mr. Mike Smith. First on the tee, representing Arkansas, please welcome Segundo Pinto.
Taylor, he was getting treatment for a very sore neck between rounds this morning, and I think he's okay, but he was in the physio area, as they like to say, for some time.
Right here in the corn barn, right behind our broadcast setup, and you had a chance to visit with him for quite some time. He's an impressive young man, junior from Cordoba, Argentina. will have an opportunity to play in the Latin American Amateur Championship. And who knows, maybe we'll go to Augusta National if he plays the way he has this week.
He has a very infectious personality, kind of a devious little smile to him.
Great start. Now up ahead, this is Tyson Reeder for the Razorbacks to win the first hole, and he comes up about a foot shy. Back on the tee, Harrison Ott for Vanderbilt. As the plane flies over his head and lands a couple 100 yards away.
Shot.
It doesn't faze the senior. Two good ones at the first.
He's been the X factor for Vandy, and he has handled it well.
Let's take a look at the left off the tee.
And what makes it difficult too, the wind's off your left, and if you try to hit a driver and you don't turn it, you're going to find those bunkers, or you can even go over those bunkers and trees, and that's no good. So you see a lot of players positioning their tee shot. It's not a long second shot in this green, kind of a plateaued green. It rolls off on each side. Flag stick today tucked right behind that bunker.
Love those collection areas that they have here on the Seaside Golf Course. On the green, Reed Davenport.
That was a 16-footer that rolled by on the right side. Remember, he hit it a little thin out of the fairway bunker. That cost him the bogey, so Tyson Reeder goes one up here at 1.
So Vanderbilt leads in the first match, and Arkansas leads in the second. Now match 1, Cole Sherwood, long birdie attempt to win the hole. Not bad, about 4 feet left. Ball has outside 8 feet, it looks like, for par after he hit it over the green. This is where he put it. His assistant coach Brett Lace out there helping him read the putt here on the first green. Bull, they send out first here this morning. Coach McMakin put Oliva Pinto in the first group this morning, and he puts Bull in the first group in the afternoon.
Yeah, the experience. We talked about him, a graduate student, the oldest player in the field, if you will. I think he's probably qualified for Mid-Amateur Championship at age 25, right?
That's right.
This is actually a pretty good third shot from behind the green because the green slopes away from him. This putt is back uphill.
So bogey for Bull, and now Sherwood will have a putt to go 2 up through 2. Freshman from Austin, Texas, from Vandegrift High School. His buddy Reed Davenport playing behind him on the second tee. Went to Westlake High School in the same town. Coach Limbaugh went and got both of them out of Texas. In fact, 4 of the 5 players for Vanderbilt are from the Lone Star State.
2 from Austin, 2 from Texas. 5 of the 9 players on the Vandy team, all from the Lone Star State.
Two up through 2.
Arkansas 5, Vanderbilt 4, Vanderbilt.
The other guy from Austin, Davenport, 1 down on the tee. Well done. Back to the first. Harrison Ott from the fairway, Doug.
About 155 yards. Good angle. He's over on the right side. Hole cut on that left side. Elevated green. And again, that wind fools the players. That ball lands all the way in the back of the green. And you think the wind is really in your face, but it's more at an angle here at 1.
Oliva Pinto knocked off Walker Lee in the semifinals this morning from Texas A&M. Beat Nicholas Arsment yesterday in the quarterfinals. And as we were saying, Steve, this is a guy that wasn't even in the starting 5 in the last tournament Arkansas played in. Now he's the SEC individual champion.
No, I think Brad McMakin sent a great message. He said, all right, you're better than the way you've been playing. Show me just how good you can be.
140 yards away, guys. And he throws it right behind the pin and spins back. Yes, he's a flamboyant player. That was an excellent shot here at 1, the best we've seen so far.
That neck work that he did just a moment ago certainly paid off. There's all kinds of spectators here today on St. Simon's Island getting a good look at the SEC championship match. So Davenport and Reeder here at the par 3 third. Davenport, the junior from Austin, Texas.
The rules official there left of your screen, that's Tommy Dudley, an old friend from Jacksonville. I have to brag on him. Last year he was named the Joseph C. Dye Award winner as a Volunteer of the Year for the USGA. Great to have him out here.
It is, and he has a tremendous amount of dirt on Mr. Melnick too.
He loves the game of golf. Golf game's not very good, but his rules officiating is excellent.
So Davenport makes bogey, and Reeder can win the hole if he taps this one in. We have such tremendous caretakers of the game that are out here. We already saw Jim Brown announcing the holes at the first, past president of the Texas Golf Association. He came up to me and said, "What time are we starting?" I said, 12:30. So, okay, I got a 4 o'clock flight. Reeder goes one up. There's Tommy announcing the result with Reeder going one up over Davenport. Arkansas and Vanderbilt for the Southeastern Conference title on Sea Island.
We are the Arkansas Razorbacks, and you're watching the SEC Championship on SEC Network.
Woo big!
On the 4th hole, Manuel Lozada is 1 down to William Mole. Leaning to the right.
Yeah, trying to swing it in from right to left.
Comes up a bit short. It's a beautiful hole, one of the most challenging out here on the Seaside course. See the updated results out there as we're playing the Seaside course. We were mentioning the champions through the years. Georgia winning this title a whopping 29 times. LSU with 16 wins. Florida with 15. Alabama has 5. Auburn with 4. Arkansas with just 2 wins. And Vanderbilt won it for the first time in 2017. This is the 3rd shot now of Riedel after flubbing his 2nd shot. And so he's got that left for bogey. And Perico is in there tight for birdie.
I would think I would concede. I've got, what, 6, 7 feet uphill. Really surprised here.
He has 3 putts to win the hole. That should be good enough. It is. And now Perico moves 1 up. Arkansas has the lead in 3 matches.
Arkansas is 1 up.
Bull was impressed when you got down early to Sherwood, 1-2 hole, so now that match is all square.
This is on the 5th green. Reed Davenport is on the opposite side of the green from where the hole is. He's 1 down in the match. What a putt.
Well, I'll say.
So Reeder still has a par putt coming up. Let's check on match 4 on the 4th hole. Lozada came up short, Steve.
Yeah, it's not a bad place to miss it. Around here, if you miss it under the hole, you've got a pretty good chance to get it up and down. Again, this is that wonderful green surround grass called paspalum. It's very tight, dense. Ball typically sits up.
Didn't get it to check as much as he wanted. So that left for par. Now, Reeder. This is a lengthy par attempt to tie the hole. Fist pump.
Well, that's impressive.
They'll go to the par 3 6th with Reeder up 1.
Now they turn around, Taylor. You played into the wind going out through 5. Then you turn around, and 6 through 9, the wind is your friend.
Unless you have a hole tucked behind a bunker,
Yeah.
then it's tough to get to. On the 5th hole, behind Reeder and Davenport, it's Harrison Ott trying to decide what to do here, Doug.
Well, looking at the yardage, he's got 96 yards to the front. That's plus 28 the whole way back there. So he's got about 124 yards. He's 2 down. And again, we need to emphasize these hole locations on this championship Sunday. They're legit. But it hasn't stopped either of these players from going right at these hole locations. A low-flighted shot for Ott, the young man from Wisconsin, moving it from right to left, lands it hole high right. Good shot. He's about 18 feet away. That'll be for birdie.
Good play into the teeth of that wind for the senior from Wisconsin. If he can somehow claw with the Leva Pinto for 18 holes, that would be the performance of the week, because this guy is taking his golf to a new level, Steve.
Yeah, it's like the light went on suddenly. Like I'm better than I have been playing. My coach challenged me. He sat me down. He said, look, you're not giving us your best stuff. He's responded in spades, I might add.
How much does he have left here, Doug?
117 yards. This is going to be a low flighted shot as well. And his demeanor on the golf course is incredible. Whistling, laughing, smiling, and what a shot. He's putting on a show here early on a Sunday in this championship match.
It's a clinic right now. Absolute clinic.
What a touch of class, too, when you win the individual title and then play even better golf in match play. Lozada ended up here. This is what's left for par. He's got that Dustin Johnson pre-putt rehearsal, and it works. Keeping that right arm close to his body.
Pretty good up and down there. Coach likes it.
Now Mole must make his to stay 1 up. He knocked off Thomas Ponder. Actually lost to Thomas Ponder, excuse me, this morning in the semifinals. Beat Hunter Walcott of Tennessee in the quarterfinals yesterday. Nice stroke. So Mo will stay 1 up as they go to the 5th. That's the one of 2 matches Vanderbilt has a 1-up lead in. Arkansas has the lead in 3 matches. And you need 3 points in order to win the Southeastern Conference. This is the 6th tee. Reed Davenport 1 down. What a shot by Davenport. He'll have that left for birdie. Trying to tie things up with Tyson Reeder in the 2nd match. What a day for a boat ride and to watch some golf here on Sea Island. Originally designed in 1927, opened in 1924. You see the Marshside course opened in 1974. Tom Fazio coming in just over 20 years ago to redesign. Water, bunkers, wind. Spectacular par 70 layout over 7,000 yards, and hosted the PGA Tour the weekend before Thanksgiving each and every year in the 21st straight year we have been here for the SEC title. That's what the man that brought all the pros here to town had to say about it. Davis Love III has so much to do with the success of this entire property.
The young players on tour call him Uncle Davis. He's kind of the patriarch, if you will, of all the young players who come and live here.
Lozada just greases the left edge there at 5. He's one down to Mole right now. And as you said, it doesn't hurt that you get to land a couple hundred yards away as you hear a plane right now doing that.
And they moved the tees up, or kept the tees up once again here at the drivable 8th.
Mole.
That's okay.
Gets it into
Got
the
lucky.
grass. Yeah.
Except where the flagstick is today.
Just gonna have to show off the hands here in just a moment. 2 down on the 8th hole. Oliva Pinto first to putt, Doug. I don't think we've said that yet.
Only about 20 feet away. It'll be a downhill birdie try, and it'll pick up pace as it gets inside that 5-foot circle. It'll start picking up pace, and it'll make that turn from right to left. And I think the rain, ordinarily this would be sizzling fast, still very fast, but with the rain last night, it slowed down a little bit. And Pinto, guys, I just can't emphasize enough the confidence that he displays. It's not a cockiness, it's just a confidence. Loves match play, loves playing. I mean, he has been talking to Harrison the entire time, whistling while he's been working. I really sense that he's having just a blast out here playing golf on Championship Sunday. Again, 20 feet away, this will turn right to left as it gets closer to the cup.
It's been in total control so far. Tracking right at it and in.
It's fun to watch, isn't it?
Well, he missed a couple short ones on the 4th and 5th green. He makes up for it by knocking one in from outside 20 feet at the 6th. Behind him, this is Mole for Vanderbilt to tie the hole, and he missed it. So Lozada and Mole are now tied through 5. So Ott with a must-make, Doug.
And this puts a little more pressure on the putter. His will go the opposite direction. As always, wiping off the face of the putter. Needs this to push the hole.
And just misses it on the right edge. It's a good effort.
Match number 3, hole number 6. Vandy gets par.
Ott's got to think as he's going to the green, he has a chance to be only 1 down. Instead, he's 3 down going to the 7th. So that ball just gets out of the pine straw, Steve, for Bull here at the 8th.
You got 2 choices here. You can take a chance, go right at the flag, or you can go up the green to be safe, because where the hole is located, it falls away fast to the left. You can hit it past and over this green very easily.
Are those 2 sprinkler heads an issue right in front of the green there?
You've got to avoid them.
Comes up, but he doesn't hit it hard enough.
Yeah. Short-sided himself off the tee. Really was in an awkward spot.
First bad swing for Oliva Pinto just a moment ago on the tee at the 8th. Uh-oh. And that ended up on the other side of the cart path. So a big miss and an opportunity for Ott to maybe pick one up. He's 4 down. On the second side of the course, the 10th hole, William Bull in the fairway, 2 down to Cole Sherwood.
Well, he hit a beautiful drive on a very tight landing area here, but this is a difficult second shot. Back into the breeze. One of those back foot shots of yours, Taylor?
When all else fails, my friend.
That is really good. That's a shelf on the back of the green.
So Ott, after Oliva Pinto's first poor swing, and that'll be just fine. Again, he is 4 down. Now up to that first match. Sherwood hits it in the right rough at 10.
Better miss than left. Yeah.
I believe he is just off the green to the right. We'll check on that in just a moment. He's 2 up in the match. Vanderbilt has the lead in 2 matches. Arkansas has the lead in 2 matches, and the 4th match is tied. Exactly the kind of drama you want on a Sunday afternoon.
I remember Auburn. I remember Arkansas. Last player, last hole. Determined the outcome.
Now, we're at the par 5 7th. Manuel Lozada has taken the jacket off. Chips up just past the hole. He has that left for birdie. Tied with William Mole. That hole playing straight downwind today. It's a different wind than what they saw earlier in the week. It's playing into the wind on Thursday and Friday. Reed Davenport is 1 up on the 9th, hitting his second shot.
About 160 out here on this 9th hole. Very inviting hole location, front left.
All right, under the hole, but a ways away. That was Oliva Pinto's second shot on the par 4 8th. He must have had something over there, Doug, a better shot than we thought.
Well, he couldn't stand because it was so close to the edge of the bunker. And first he turned the club upside down to try to swing at it left-handed, and then opted to do the backwards shot with the right hand. And he's smiling walking down the fairway. That was a heck of a play, guys. Somehow got it through the rough and rolled down just in front of the green. So the door has creaked open ever so slightly now for Harrison Ott, who only has about 50 yards remaining for his second shot.
And this is the shot again, Steve. How about this?
Very clever. That's all I can say. That's really good.
Yeah, I remember when Matt Kuchar did that at the stadium course when he was on the little
on the walkway up to 17
on the 17th hole.
Seve was good at that. Seve was good at everything.
Everything. Every mistake was corrected by him. Ott now.
From the left-hand rough from 47 yards, dribbles that up onto the front of the green and below the hole now, 6 feet for a birdie for Harrison Ott, and boy, does he need it to stop the bleeding and try to get back in this match.
Played that perfectly just short of the green, let it roll up. Bull sizing up his birdie attempt on the 10th green, 2 down.
His opponent has about a 6-footer for par, and he has this putt for birdie.
Like you said, calls Fairhope, Alabama home, originally from Norway, dual citizenship in the United States and Norway.
It begs the question, how do you get from Norway to Fairhope?
Smart family. Look at this payoff. Bull family knows a great place to live, and he gets back to 1 down.
That's really a good birdie there, because this whole location doesn't lend itself to many birdies today.
Now Oliva Pinto, after the magic he did with the backward second shot, this left for birdie.
20 yards away, stepped it off, walked all the way up to the pin, counted those steps, feet close together, ball back in a stance. A chance. Oh.
Still almost made a 3. It's been fun to watch. 4 under par on his own ball through the first 7 holes, and has that left for par at the 8th. Let's check on match 5. Matthew Riedel needs to get to work. He is 2 down to Julian Perico.
He's got to flight it low right off the bat, so he's got to take it a little bit. No, he's going to try to take it around the tree. That's dangerous because you don't want to miss it right.
He has hit a big draw here. Let's see if it's hooked too much. That'll be just fine.
Yeah, it's good play from there.
Perico.
The old walkthrough.
I believe that's just barely in the rough, short and right. Gary Player would be proud of that follow through. Harrison Ott 4 down to win the hole, Doug.
5.5 feet, hit it firm, will not break. Dead center. His
Yeah,
first
he
win of the
wins the
day. He really needed that one.
Almost made an ace at the par 3 third and still couldn't win the hole. He really has played well, just run into a buzzsaw. The wind has freshened here on a Sunday at Sea Island Golf Club. Vandy leads in the first 2 matches. Arkansas leads in matches 3 and 5, and match number 4 is tied. Beautiful day. Stretch things out. Fire through with your right leg. Let your teammates know when you've won the hole. The Gators are watching. They're not playing anymore.
No, they're back home licking their wounds in Gainesville.
I mean, just look at these visuals that we have on St. Simon's Island at Sea Island Golf Club. 2 birdie putts at the 8th hole. Riedel first, 3 down, putting for birdie. Disappointed with that effort. And now Perico, who has taken total control of this match, has this left for birdie.
Played a beautiful little pitch from behind and left of the green.
Just have to love the pace that he plays with. And it works out.
I saw that fist pump once before, 2 years ago here, wasn't it?
Yes, you did. Perico had that clinching putt to win the SEC for the Razorbacks for a second time. He has the biggest lead on the golf course, 4 up as he goes to the 9th. His teammate Oliva Pinto is 3 up as he goes to the 10th. Vandy leads in 2 matches, and match number 2 is tied between Reeder and Davenport. We want to salute all the officials that are out here this week. doing such a great job from all the different state golf associations. And we also want to reference Lane Williams. He was part of the Georgia State Golf Association the last 35 years as the director of rules and competitions, was in the Georgia Golf Hall of Fame, and just recently passed away. And a lot of the officials have been wearing ribbons on behalf of Lane this week. I know he was a dear friend of yours, Steve.
He was Mr. Golf in the state of Georgia for all those many years, and if Lane told you something, you could take it to the bank. He was as honest as the day was long. He enforced the rules as though we were blindfolded, which he should be. We'll miss him terribly, but his contributions to the game cannot be measured. But a real shout out to all the volunteers. Really, Lane set the example of the gift to the game. It wasn't for the love of the, it wasn't for the good of the game. It was for the love of the game. I think that's why so many of these volunteers are here from the 12 state golf associations in attendance.
Meanwhile, Leva Pinto hit it past Doug Bell, and Ott takes advantage, Doug.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Harrison Ott 3 down, throws it up there about 6 or 7 feet. Pinto off the back of the green, so perhaps another opportunity now for Harrison Ott of Vanderbilt. And Thomas Dudney is the referee, guys, in the match, the Davenport Reader match. And he wanted me to give a shout out to Steve Melnick and wanted to make sure that we were working Steve as hard as possible. That's what he told me to tell you.
Yeah, Dudley is always looking to take a jab at his good buddy, Mr. Melnick. We have volunteers that have been helping us out as well, our broadcast team all week. Couldn't do it without you. Mole for birdie, 1 up in his match at the 9th. It's a nice try, and slides by almost 3 feet away.
You see the coach Brad McMakin there. You wonder if this is the match he thinks could swing the difference today. Whenever you see a head coach with a player, I think that's what he has in mind.
It's a good point. You look to see where those head coaches go as you get a couple hours into this, and we have 2 matches on the course right now that are close. Davenport and Reader are tied on the 11th hole, and Mole has a 1-up lead here on Lozada as they play the 9th. And this is to tie things up in this match. Boom.
Good work.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach McMakin gives him a little bump. Arkansas leads in 2 matches. Vanderbilt leads in 1. And this is one of the 2 matches tied. They're playing the 11th. Reader playing in. Good shot. Leva Pinto. He misclubbed with an approach shot, Doug, for the first time today.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a surprise, but he's been ultra aggressive. These hole locations are challenging. There's no question. The wind is blowing, and it has not held him back. He's had the green light all day. And now, once again, short game on display off the back of this green. The lie is fine. Not a lot of green to play with, and the green slopes severely away from him downhill towards the hole. Let's see what he can do. Blade wide open.
That's about as good as you could possibly do.
If you put a shag bag down there, you couldn't get it that close.
I love Augusta National did this a few weeks ago at the Masters, more so than I can remember, Steve, where the area around the green is so sticky, and then the greens are so firm and fast where precision is so important, and you saw it pay off for Leva Pinto there. Davenport now hitting his 2nd shot into the 11th.
You can barely see the flagstick when it's cut left like that behind that big bunker.
So 2 birdie putts in a tied match. Perico is on the 9th, already 4 up in his match, looking for more.
Good hole location for him. He likes to take it right to left, aim at the middle of the green. If it turns over, great. If it doesn't, he's fine.
So have about 40 feet left for birdie at the 9th. The big lead over Riedel in the 5th match. Now Harrison Ott would only be 2 down, Doug, against red hot Oliva Pinto if this goes in.
This would be his 2nd win in the last 3 holes. Right edge putt, hit it firmly. And he did just that, guys. Big win for him.
That's impressive. We kiddingly said this morning Harrison Ott was the giant killer. And he's got his hands full, but he's holding his own. He's a couple under par, and he's 2 down. Now, that's pretty good golf.
His opponent shot 31 on the front, and he's still in the match. All right, so Arkansas's ahead in 2 matches. Vanderbilt's ahead in 1, and 2 of the 5 matches are tied. It's in doubt here on Sea Island. It's a stunning Sunday afternoon on St. Simon's Island for the SEC Men's Golf Championship Match Play Finals. With Steve Melnick, I'm Taylor Zarzour. Doug Bell is out on the golf course. Temperatures in the mid-70s today. Arkansas leads in 2 matches. Vanderbilt leads in 1. 2 other matches are tied. That is short. That was Davenport on 11 for birdie, coming up about 5 feet short in a match that's tied up. Could come down to this match, Davenport versus Reeder. Mole and Lozada also tied up as they play the 10th. Up on the 13th hole, Cole Sherwood is two up on this man, William Bull, and he has this to cut the lead in half. Good stroke.
Much needed, too.
Vanderbilt 4. Vanderbilt is 1 up.
So they'll go ahead to the hole right on the water there, the 14th. And on this match 2, on the 11th green, 2 holes behind the first match. This is Davenport to tie the hole.
Either a misjudge or a mishit first putt. This putt doesn't do a lot. You're right, dead down green.
He's had a good week. Sociology major from Austin, Texas. 2 match play wins, but that one burns the right edge. And Tyson Reeder is now 1 up as they go to 12. Now at 9, Matthew Riedel in a big hole. Leaves it about 3 feet short for par. Perico still has a par putt coming up, but has a 4-up advantage. The game's on the line. This guy is who you want in the anchor match, even despite some poor play this week. Lost both of his match play results so far this week, but has washed it off of him through the first 8 holes, make it 9 holes today. Riedel to stay 4 down, going to 10. So all 5 matches are on the last 9 holes of the course.
Vanderbilt 4, Arkansas remains 4 up.
Hogs ahead in 3 matches. The Doors are ahead in 1. And match number 4 is tied on the 10th green.
That's the 12th hole, par 3, big par 3. Got the tee blocks back today, but it is down breeze.
See the planes coming in. So Reeder talking things over with Brett Lace, the assistant coach. Tyson transferred from Oklahoma State 4 years ago. Lost 2-1 to LSU's Garrett Barber in the quarterfinals. And then tied Daniel Rodriguez of Texas A&M in the semifinals this morning. It's playing about 30 yards longer, Steve, than it did earlier this morning.
Yeah, I like the fact that they are adjusting the distances on par 3s. That's a good play right there, right at the flag. Good leave, good shot.
Hole was cut in the front right this morning, and now it's moved back some 25-30 paces beyond that. Just a moment ago, Oliva Pinto on the 11th hole, 2 up. Another great shot, just off the green, but inside 20 feet. And now on the tee at 12, Davenport to answer.
Two good shots there. Well done.
Wind has really picked up in this mid-afternoon. Harrison Ott was 4 down on the 8th tee, but won the 8th, won the 10th, is 2 down, and has a good look at his second shot here, Doug.
160 yards right into the teeth of a wind. That flag is blown right back at him. Front left hole location. On the green, he'll have to putt up and over a little rise in the front left portion of the green. He's about 20 feet away.
Vanderbilt won the SEC for the first time ever in 2017. The Razorbacks have 2 titles. They're looking for a 3rd. Look how quickly he picks his tee up, goes to the bag, doesn't even watch it, lands. Another perfect tee shot for the individual champion.
When he told me I hit it straight, he backed it up. He hits it straight.
He's 2 up in his match as they play in on the 13th. You see Reeder and Davenport up on the green. This is Davenport to tie things up. What a great second shot that was. Seen so many of the best players in the world try this grip. Nice little pop stroke.
Evens a match.
Arkansas 4, Vanderbilt 3. The match is tied.
Perico now from the fairway on 11.
Hung it right, maybe? Yeah. Just a little.
He is 4 up with 8 holes to go. Staying here for Riedel. Play over that tree. And he goes a little long there. Already 4 down. That's the most lopsided score at the moment, with Perico 4 up on Riedel in match 5. Vanderbilt leads in 2 matches. Arkansas leads in 2 matches, and the second match is tied. Now Sherwood is 2 up. This is his eagle attempt.
Nope. Good putt.
And that'll be a birdie. Bull can win the hole, though, if he knocks this in for eagle. He was 2 down after 2, tied things up after 5, but then was 2 down again and has been fighting in that position ever since.
He's played too many loose shots. He's beat himself on a number of occasions by being out of position, but he can make up for it here with this eagle. Easy.
Aggressive
Easy.
stroke.
That didn't surprise me. You're down. You got a chance to make eagle. Can't leave it short.
But if he misses this, he's 3 down with 3 to go. It's one of the calmer spots on the course. Oh, early step.
Arkansas 5, Vanderbilt 4.
Man, that's a
Vanderbilt is
killer.
3 up.
That's tough. He knows it.
Let's go back to the 13th hole. Let's get an update on where Ott's ball ended up, Doug.
Well, he wound up in that fairway bunker that blends in with the natural area over there. Lies fine. The lip in front shouldn't be a problem. About 160. Again, the whole location cut over in that far right side, just 4 paces from the right edge. So the prudent play would be to throw it somewhere in the middle of this green. Avoid left. Anything left is in the marsh and in trouble. But just play it to the middle of the green, and maybe the putter will get hot for a birdie. Again, 2 down. Young man, the senior from Vanderbilt, Harrison Ott. Ready to go here from the bunker. Very firm, that bunker, especially after last night's rain.
Well, you said that it wouldn't be a problem to hit it on the green from there, Steve, and he's done just that, though a ways away from the hole.
How about this tee shot, Doug? It's just perfect.
Yeah, I mean, he just continues. You know, he's not a long hitter by any stretch of the imagination, but very accurate. I think he told you earlier when he was getting work done in the trainer's area, just hits it straight. That's pretty good strategy. When you can do that, avoid trouble, hit fairways, hit greens, and he's a great putter from 145.
Oh, he doesn't like it. And that's why.
You're 2 up, you've got an advantage, your partner, or your opponent rather, is not going to make birdie, and you hit it, you short side yourself. That's a major mistake.
Arkansas leads in 2 matches. Vanderbilt leads in 2 matches. And the second match is tied. At 11, we have 2 par putts. Riedel is 4 down, putting first. That was a hard lip out there for Riedel, and now Perico to go 5 up.
Remember, missed the short one at the last hole. This was much easier putt, left center putt.
Very quick, hits the back of the hole, another fist pump.
It's like the old Tom Watson rule. We used to kid Watson, any 4-footer hit hard enough was straight. That's what that was.
5 up with 7 to go. 2 birdie putts at the 12th. First Lozada, 1 down. Not bad. But Mo will have a chance to go 2 up with his birdie putt. Won the 2018 Jones Junior Cup with a scoring record of 204 over 3 days.
That's right here. Yep, on this golf course.
Just short, but conceded, and so Lozada will have to make his putt to stay 1 down as they go to 13. To the 14th hole, and Reeder in the fairway, tied up with Davenport. Lozada did make his putt back there on 12, and Reeder has that left for birdie on 14. Perico on the tee now at the par 3 12th. We could be a couple of minutes away from a victory on this match, and then also in match 1, which is on the 16th hole. Behind them on 14, here's Davenport hitting his second.
Flagstick back right. And, oh, it stayed there. Usually it drifts down. That's fine.
Now Perico will be ready. 5 up and just 7 holes left. Watching it intently, and a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
So Oliva Pinto, after missing his second shot, short-sided, has this left for his third, Doug. But is Vandy going first here, Doug? Okay, Doug confirms that. And Ott evidently further away, Steve, than Oliva Pinto.
Part of the vagaries of match play. And you know what? That length putt for par makes Pinto's shot a little bit easier. This is by any means no easy shot. You've got to skip it through the paspalum. There's not room to fly it up there. This is your mini back foot pitch here.
From the shadows into the sunshine. Hard to judge the distance when it bounces that many times, but not bad.
That's
2 par
not
putts
bad.
coming up. Yep.
Right.
Tyson Reeder and Reed Davenport are tied up on the 14th green. Reeder putting for birdie.
Taylor, I think this is going to be the pivotal match here. Whoever can take this match, I think, is going to determine the outcome of this championship.
On the tee at the 12th. Riedel. And that'll be about 35 feet away. And you see Perico's ball. And with a big lead, 5 up. Been a tough day for Riedel. Oliva Pinto is 2 up on 13, and he'll putt first for par against Ott. And a terrific tee shot in here, but a mistake with his second short-sided himself, chipped it to this point.
This is not a tough putt. It's uphill, slightly into the grain, maybe right edge.
He's not made a bogey yet today. 5 under on the first 9. Well done. Just when you think there might be a chance for Ott, Oliva Pinto with another great shot. William Boll running out of holes on the 16th. He has to win them all. 3 down. Well,
it's a start.
It's a good start. Back to the 13th green. Harrison Ott has to make this to stay 2 down. He's done it. Even gets a clap from Oliva Pinto. Sherwood trying to close the door on Bull.
2 really fine tee shots at this dogleg left, par 4.
Hits the stick. That could just about do it. Perico now for birdie on the 12th green. Should be good enough. It is, and he'll stay 5 up
with 6 to play.
Yeah. Vanderbilt on the verge of winning match 1. Arkansas on the verge of winning match 5. Arkansas leads match 3. Commodores lead match 4, and match 2 is tied. Well, this has to go in or it's over. Vanderbilt gets the first point of the day with a Cole Sherwood 4-2 victory. Freshman from Austin, Texas is sent out first by Scott Limbaugh, and he delivers the first point.
Played well this morning too, Taylor, in his match.
He beat Cannon Claycomb 5-4 from Alabama. Has yet to see the 17th or 18th holes.
I always like to say the 18th hole is the loneliest hole in match play.
Everything's up for grabs here on St. Simon's Island in the SEC Men's Golf Championship. Cole Sherwood beat William Boll for Vanderbilt's first point. Julian Perico is 5 up through 12 on Matthew Riedel for Arkansas's first point, which could be moments away. Arkansas leads match 3. Vanderbilt leads match 4. Match 2 is tied. What a spectacular place this is. Many of the great players in the game of golf called this place home, including the Century Tournament of Champions winner from this year, Georgia's Harris English.
It was such a cool experience coming here. When I was in Georgia, we stayed at the same house all 4 years. We stayed on Sea Island. It was a cool tradition. Coach Hack would play 80s music to wake us up. I mean, it was just something we only did at the SEC Championship. It was just a great time. I always wanted to get my degree at Georgia. I never really thought about turning pro early. I didn't think I was ready to turn pro early because it's a whole different ballgame. It's tough. I mean, you got a lot of good golfers. You see guys coming out of the SEC, getting on the PGA Tour, getting on the Korn Ferry Tour. I'm a Bulldog through and through, and love the guys on the team. I've got to know them over the past couple years and respect the hard work they do trying to win championships. I know how hard it is, and I know how hard they work, and this is one of the best times in their lives right now to be part of a team and to just enjoy it. Enjoy being around each other and play hard for one another.
Harris was a bit heartbroken watching his Dogs lose in the quarterfinals yesterday. Look at all these guys that call Sea Island home. Patton Kizzire came over and ate lunch with us under the tent just outside the Corn Barn today. Michael Thompson, recent winner on the tour. Matt Kuchar, Harris English, now ranked in the top 25 in the world. Brian Harmon played well at Augusta National a couple of weeks ago. Hudson Swafford also lives here,
He
should add.
He does.
He won on the wraparound season. William Mole now for birdie at the 13th, 1 up in the match. A little too strong. Think about some of the guys that have won the RSM Classic here that played in the SEC tournament.
Oh, Kisner was the one that jumps out at you. You know, forget about him.
He won in 2015, of course. Austin Cook from Arkansas in 2017, and Chris Kirk from Georgia back in 2013. So playing in this tournament could lead to a win in the pro tournament years down the line.
They have the Jones Cup every year here, the junior, the regular Jones Cup, and the senior. And the winner of the Jones Cup gets an exemption into the RSM, which is a nice touch.
Lozada 1 down. Has this to tie things up. It slides by, so couple of testers left. No, they'll pick those up. And Lozada is still 1 down going to the next hole. Now up to the 3rd match. Segundo Oliva Pinto 2 up on the 14th hole. And what's happened to Harrison Ott here, Doug?
Can I move that stick? You sure can. Yeah.
Harrison blocked his tee shot right, Taylor. Hit the cart path, took a big bounce underneath a huge evergreen bush, and now has to take it unplayable. So he will be hitting 3 from the natural area from the right of the cart path. And so this is not what he was hoping for at this very difficult par 4 14th. Got a bad break with a bounce off the cart path, but he did block the tee shot right.
I have nightmares about that tee shot, Steve, and I've felt what Mr. Ott is feeling hitting it to the right of the fairway here on 14. Ott already 2 down in the match to Oliva Pinto and in danger of dropping another.
There are certain courses, certain holes that just don't fit your eye. And this is a difficult one. As we talked about earlier, it's a dogleg right, but the fairway cants left. You run out of fairway left, you don't want to hit it right. So you got to fit it in there.
Oliva Pinto's ready to play, Doug.
Yeah, from the right-hand rough, but a good angle. A little bit of an upslope. Took a huge divot, wind in his face. Watching this intently, back right hole location.
Oh my goodness, what a shot.
Taylor, we're watching something really special with this kid today, this round he's playing.
Validating what he's done all week, winning the individual title. Won his quarterfinal and semifinal matches. And the news gets worse for Mr. Ott, who might need to make this. Allowed to use those rangefinders this week.
Which I think is smart, speeds up play. I don't know why the tour disallows it.
Talking about changing that. The senior from Brookfield, Wisconsin's had a great week, winning his quarterfinal and semifinal matches, but has run into a buzzsaw today. Oliva Pinto has that to go 6 under on his round through 14 holes. Shot 64 back on Wednesday. While we wait, Perico on the verge of closing out Riedel, playing into the 13th hole. Another terrific shot. Ott's ready now, Doug.
From the natural area, this will be his 3rd shot to the par 4. Sending it on the path. Anywhere in the dance floor he'll accept at this point. And safely up there in the middle of the green. That was a good shot from where he is, but again, he will be putting for par.
And Oliva Pinto in there tight for birdie. 2 up in the match. Riedel running out of time.
Perico could close out the match here should he make birdie, and well, now his opponent has a chance as well for birdie.
Such a stunning place. All these great aerial shots that Chris Ohlmeyer's produced for us this week.
That's the view of the 16th hole. As you can see, you can bite off as much or as little as you want off the tee.
Sherwood knocked off ball 4 and 2. Perico on the verge of knocking out Riedel. Oliva Pinto in great shape in match 3, but match 2 and 4 are up for grabs. So Perico will putt first here, I do believe. Switched to the match play format in 2017. Vanderbilt won it. Came down to the last match, Auburn versus Alabama, and the Tigers knocked off their arch rival, the Tide, to win the match play 3 years ago. And Perico and Arkansas won it all 2 years ago. Actually, Riedel is outside of Perico, so. See if Riedel can stay alive. I think it's fair to say, Steve, it's just as hard to win this title as it is the national title.
Without question, when you look at the depth of field here, how many good teams are here, there's a lot of parity now in the conference. It's not like there were 6 good teams and 8 other teams. They're all pretty darn good.
Just a bit too strong. So this is to close it up. We've seen some pretty passionate victory celebrations by Mr. Perico. I would think we'd see another right here if this goes in.
Little slider to the right.
Come on!
Like that?
Like that. Julian Perico knocks out Matthew Riedel 6 and 5.
I'm impressed with this young man in so many ways. I like the way he plays, the pace of play, his swing. He owns his swing, doesn't try to change it. Very fiery on the golf course.
I mean, you've been reffing me since I'm like 17.
We have a good connection for sure. So it's 1-1 between Vandy and Arkansas with 3 matches left on the course, and Ott's in trouble. This left for par just a moment ago.
No.
And he's going to concede here on the 14th hole. And that means Oliva Pinto is 3 up with 4 to go.
We'll concede that birdie for him to put him 6 under.
Shot 6 under 64 on Wednesday. And 6 under in total in individual play to win the SEC title. Now he's trying to do it from a team standpoint. That Reeder-Davenport match could be the decisive match on the course. Mole is 1 up over Lozada with 5 to go. Wouldn't want it any other way, coming down to the wire here on a Sunday afternoon on St. Simons Island.
I think without exception, the championship matches have been decided by like 3 and 2, 3 and 2, 3 and 2.
So this is the lone tied match on the course. And Davenport has this putt to win the hole. Great stroke.
I like to say about match play, Taylor, that every shot makes somebody happy. Okay.
Makes someone upset too. Tyson Reeder, I don't think like that one. Gets a couple of fist bumps from his buddies. Arkansas and Vanderbilt have both won a match apiece. Vanderbilt has the lead in 2 matches on the course. This is the 14th hole. William Mole 1 up in his match over Manuel Lozada. And he hits it to the left side of the green. One of 2 critical matches left on the course. Vanderbilt's Cole Sherwood beat William Bull 4-2. Arkansas's Julian Perico knocked off Matthew Riedel 6-5. And the Commodores are clinging to 1-up leads in 2 of the 3 remaining matches. The lone match they trail in is where Segundo Oliva Pinto is 3 up with 4 to go. We're going to check in just a moment on where Lozada, his tee shot ended up as he's walking all the way up near the green. Up on the 16th tee, Reed Davenport is already hit it in the fairway, 1 up in the match. This is Reeder on the tee.
If you hit driver, you've got to go left, which brings the water into play. And he kind of bailed out on the bunker here.
He's going to have tree and bunker issues over there. Let's take a look at the 16th hole.
The 16th hole was been virtually untouched from the time it was first designed back in the late 20s, and it is a sterling, what I call risk-reward par 4. You can take a shot down the left-hand side with driver. Most players stay out to the right with a fairway metal or a long iron. It's a shallow green from front to back, very wide, but the shallowness makes it difficult.
It's been a critical hole in each of these matches. Davenport found the fairway, Reeder found the bunker. Mole and Lozada on the 14th hole. Oliva Pinto and Ott are playing the 15th at the moment. You need 3 points to win the Southeastern Conference. Both teams have won.
See, Davenport laid up here, which is smart. He's 1 up. He's put the ball in play. He's only got a 9-iron or maybe a pitching wedge into this par 4. Reeder's in the bunker. If he catches a clean lie, he's okay. But if not, well, advantage Davenport.
Junior from Austin, Texas, trying to match Cole Sherwood, also from Austin, with a victory today for Vandy. All right, well done. About 25 feet away. Get back to Reeder in just a moment. Let's go back to the 14th hole. Mole hit his second shot into the hazard, dropped here, hitting his 4th shot, and he has that left for bogey, so Mole will have at least 2 putts to go 2 up. Big mistake for Lozada there.
Well, you see evidence of those storms last night. They drained as well as they could, but not here at 16, but it doesn't affect the shot.
Left-hander like Bull is also 24 years old. Reeder will be 25 in October. Human Resource Management graduate who transferred in from Oklahoma State. It's a critical shot.
Awkward length at 98 yards. He caught it heavy.
He sure did. Great camera work too by all of our operators out there on the course.
We said early on, well, I thought this match would be pivotal in terms of determining the outcome of the entire match.
Oliva Pinto puts his second shot into the par 5 into the air and to the front of the green. That left for eagle. Might be closing out Ott here in just a moment, Doug.
Yeah, Ott drove it in the fairway bunker, 3rd straight hole that he's blocked his tee shot right, and did manage to advance it out of that fairway bunker, but short of the green. And lying to, as you mentioned, up on the green is Pinto, and he could be on the verge of closing out this match here at this par 5, 15th.
Thanks for that update there, Doug. We'll go back to the 14th, where Mole has at least 2 putts for the win. He lost to Alabama's Thomas Ponder this morning in the semifinals. Just brushed it off.
That should do it.
And is now 2 up in his match. Two up with 4 to go. Each team has won a match. Vandy leads in 2 remaining matches. Arkansas leads in the other. Meaning this is a big shot for Tyson Reeder. He is 1 down against Reed Davenport and needs to flip this match. And again, here's what we were just saying, the up to the moment scores. You would think that Reeder's going to have to hit a terrific shot here, Steve.
Yeah, and it's tough to spin it out of that grass here. So you kind of stop it with trajectory and not spin. So this is tough. He threw it way up in the air. Again, can't spin it out of that grass.
Arkansas, the reigning champion, winning in 2019. Vanderbilt won it the first year we switched to match play in 2017. Gator Todd, the former standout at Alabama, the assistant coach for Vanderbilt, talking to his player here. Smart play off of the tee. and this left into the hole. So Harrison Ott running out of time here, Doug.
Yeah, needs to get this, I'd say, within tweet range, knowing that Pinto is 2 putts away for birdie. 69 yards away.
Could be 2 putts for Oliva Pinto to win the match if Ott can't make that. Davenport now to win the hole.
Not trying to make it, just get it close. Okay. Put the pressure on your opponent. You know, this final match, Taylor, kind of sums up Vandy's season. They've been, nothing's really stood out. They've just been very steady, very consistent. Only Georgia's had a better record throughout the year relative to par than has Vandy. And right now they're looking like they got a chance to close this out.
Tyson Reeder, graduate senior from Edmond, Oklahoma, needs to make this to stay 1 down. Could be the kind of putt his team needs to make in order to retain the title. Head assistant Brett Lace. Just a last second thought for Reeder to consider here. What a putt.
Wow. I didn't see that. Great up and down.
Hold his head with 4s. Vanderbilt remains 1 up.
How about that? Good work.
Clutch putt by Reeder, staying 1 down with 2 to go. In match 3, we could be near the end. Oliva Pinto 2 putts to make birdie and maybe close out Ott here, Doug.
40 feet away, uphill putt will leave the flag stick in. It was interesting. He asked Harrison Ott to use his mark because it was flatter. He thought the Vanderbilt mark was like a poker chip. So here's his eagle try on the way.
Well, that putt won't be conceded yet. But if Oliva Pinto makes it, that's 7 under par through 15 holes.
A good up and down at 8, a good up and down at 13, but otherwise it's been solid.
And if Ott can't make this, the match could end with an Oliva Pinto make. You have to give Ott credit for the way he's played today, Doug. He just run into a guy that's playing the best golf on the property.
Yeah, Taylor, no question. I was excited to be walking with Segundo Pinto. Read a lot about him. I've heard about his reputation, and wow, very, very impressive young player. So is Harrison Ott, by the way, who looked great this morning in the semifinals. I will say the last 3 tee shots, it appears to me, maybe just a little tired, a little fatigue is set in, blocking out those tee shots to the right. This will be for birdie. 25 feet. Tough putt. This is a tough green to get a read here at the par 5.
Great effort, and it just slides by, burning the left edge. And Oliva Pinto will have this putt to give Arkansas a 2-1 lead.
Taylor, not much in this one. pretty straightforward. He will give it its proper attention and respect. But this is just line it up, hit it firm, and walk away a winner. Two outstanding young players. Pinto has put on a show from start to finish.
He was the best player in stroke play, and he's been the best player in match play. And he puts Arkansas a point away from another SEC title.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch him play, the manner in which he played, smile on his face, played quickly, fearless.
On the tee at 17, Tyson Reeder. Got a good bounce.
Sure did.
We see Davenport's ball just off of the back edge there. And Reeder will be putting up the slope from about 25 feet away. One down in the match. While Vanderbilt does trail Arkansas 2-1, the Commodores do lead in the remaining two matches. Just a final word on Oliva Pinto. We counted up 7 under through 15 holes today.
Brilliant golf.
There's William Mole hitting his second shot at 15. That goes to the back of the green. Check on where Lozada is in just a second.
Got away with it. He tugged it a hair, but got a good bounce. He's in good shape, putting for eagle.
Sherwood knocks out Bull 4-2. Davenport 1 up with 2 to go. Mole 2 up with 4 to play. Perico wins 6-5 against Riedel, and Segundo Oliva Pinto just won 4-3, and he's standing by with Doug.
Well, Segundo, muy bien. Excellent play today. I had you for 6 birdies, no bogeys. How good was your game today?
Thanks. Well, I think this round was probably my best round, as well as the first round of stroke play. After beating A&M, I went to the range because I was feeling good, but I knew there was something that I could do to get better, and I was talking to my teammate Mason Overstreet, talking about some alignment things, and well, we fixed that, and today, you know, driver was good, arms were good, and my mind was also helping, so yeah.
Your short game was excellent today. I was very impressed. The play at 13 from off the right of the green on the short side, that was well played, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, a lot of my other matches, even when I was winning, I was playing more conservative. And this match, I decided I was going to go after every pin, no matter what. And I knew it might cost me some, but I don't know, I guess it worked out at the end. So
some of those plays, I raised a few eyebrows. And Steve Melnick, who's in the booth, he did too, because you were going after some tough pins with the wind in your face. But you said, what the heck, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just decided I was going to go for it all. I mean, I knew Harrison was an amazing player. I knew his potential, and I knew I had to get my best golf to beat him, and that's what I did.
Well, congratulations, and now you go watch the rest of your teammates maybe close out the championship.
Thank you, yes, and I trust them that they will close the championship, and we're going to take this home.
Well done.
Thank you.
Oliva Pinto put his name on the board next to Melnick's earlier this week for the individual crown, and wants a team championship, but he's going to need one of his Razorback teammates to overcome the deficit they're in. This is Reed Davenport putting first, just off the green, putting for birdie, 1 up on the 17th green. You see the wind whipping in the background off that flag. Difficult putt to judge, and look at this. It stays on the lip. Davenport thought he might have closed things out right there. third shot now for Lozada in the bunker, 2 down at the par 5 15th.
Not a difficult shot from there. A play.
But Mole is putting for eagle. Now Reeder made a critical par putt on the last hole, just dodged a bullet with Davenport's putt finishing an inch short. Can tie the match if he makes this. What do you see in this, Steve?
Well, the grain is going actually to his right, which is strange. And it looks like it actually breaks the other way. There's not a lot in this putt. It's just a matter of speed.
Can he come up with 2 big putts in a row? Didn't hit it hard enough.
Yeah. Now this gets dicey.
Has to make this to extend the match. Mole in the catbird seat on the 15th green for Vanderbilt.
Sure made a tough putt on the last hole for par. He'd like to be able to play 18.
And he will. Just a moment ago, Mole for eagle to win the 15th. And he gets it down there into almost gimme range.
Vanderbilt is 2 up.
Yeah, we'll stay with that.
So Lozada out of the bunker, splashed it to here and made it.
To have the hole.
2 down with 2 to go. 3 to go.
3 to go.
Go to 16T. Arkansas must win the 18th hole, or Vanderbilt will get their second point. And Mole in good shape with 3 to go against Lozada. These championship matches always come down to the end. Here is Davenport on the tee at 18. How about that recoil?
That'll carry on the downslope. There it is. That's absolutely ideal. 18th hole is a long par 4. Great finishing hole. You got bunkers left and right. Fairways elevated in the middle. It's playing down breeze today, so it doesn't present the problems that it has in the past, but you still got to drive it straight. If you get it over the hill, you've got a 7, 8, maybe 9 iron into this green. Big green that slopes from front to back. It's a solid finishing hole.
Reeder now. Just one hand on the club.
That's going right. And okay, that's rough over there. He's okay. Won't be able to control the ball as well as he might, but he's still in play.
Must win the hole. On the tee at 16, his teammate Lozada, 2 down. Great tee shot right next to William Mole's ball.
Barely carried that bulkhead at the penalty area.
And using less than driver to hit it to that position too.
But you take a different line when you take that club, Taylor. You go out to the right.
2 great tee shots in the fairway at 16 Arkansas's got 2 points, but Vanderbilt could be on the verge of another title. At the SEC Men's Golf Championship here at Sea Island, 3 matches already in the books. William Bull could not make his putt on the 16th green. That gave Cole Sherwood a 4-2 victory. On the 13th hole, Julian Perico made quick work of Matthew Riedel. A 6-5 win for Perico, squaring things up at a point apiece. And just a few moments ago, Segundo Oliva Pinto, the individual champion this week, played even better golf over the weekend, if you can believe that. Knocked out Harrison Ott 4-3. Arkansas is up 2-1. You need 3 points to win the title. But Steve, Vanderbilt has the advantage in those 2 remaining matches.
They do, and if you're Vanderbilt, you've got to feel pretty good about it because you've got confidence in both William Mole and Reed Davenport. Davenport on 18 with a one-hole margin in this case against Reeder, and he's driven it in the middle of the fairway.
There's Scott Limbaugh, the head coach of the Commodores. Won it the first year they went to the match play in 2017. Hard to believe this is his 9th year as a head coach in Nashville. And this is where Reeder's ball ended up, Steve.
Yeah, it's okay. Can't control the spin, but you've got room here because you can play down the length of the green.
How aggressive do you have to be when you're 1 down on the final hole?
You do your best. You throw it up here and say, all right, just give me a shot at birdie. That's all I can ask for.
And he's got a shot.
Yep.
Back on 16. This is where Lozada is 2 down. He's hit a good shot into the green there. It's inside 10 feet. Mole will play in a moment, but first back up to 18. Davenport now. After an outstanding tee shot from the center of the fairway.
Oh.
Boy, that's well done.
How good is that?
And now Mole. Can he answer Lozada?
Caught it a little thin, it sounded, but still got a putt for birdie.
If you can wave it at Mike.
He'll putt first. 2 up with 3 to go. That's what's at stake. Arkansas trying to go back-to-back, kind of, since we haven't been here since 2019. Commodores looking for their 2nd title, and the 2 matches are coming down to the wire. Tyson Reeder of Arkansas is 1 down on the 18th green. He's got a birdie putt, and he must make it, Steve, to extend the match. We'll get to that in a second. Quickly, this is William Mole. This could end the match if he makes and Lozada misses. Not enough oomph. Now back to 18.
Well, Reeder's got to think this is a must make. He's 1 down. His opponent is 15 feet away, straight uphill. So not a time to leave it short, not a time to be uncertain about what you want to do.
Last second instruction from Barrett Lace, the assistant coach for Arkansas. There you see Reed Davenport. Well, it finishes about 3 feet away, and he will, I believe he'll let Davenport putt, meaning Davenport's got 2 putts to win the match. Now to the 16th green, Lozada to win the hole and cut into that 2-shot deficit. Well done. Hits the left edge and goes down. The Hogs aren't done yet. Now to 18. Davenport 2 putts to give Vanderbilt their second point.
This putt should be crawling to the hole.
And that's what it did. And we are tied up at 2 points apiece with 1 match left on the course.
Taylor, I don't know who scripts these championship matches, but they do a pretty good job every year. Here we come down to the final match with 2 holes to play.
I can understand some of the frustration from the top coaches who love the stroke play. Best teams get to play their best for 3 to 5 days. Georgia, the #1 seed over 3 days, lost the first time they played match play Saturday morning in the quarterfinals. But from an intrigue standpoint, I don't know how you could beat this format.
I always felt that match play favored the underdog. It's got nothing to lose. It's not like stroke play where you've got to sort of garner your shots, watch your shots. It really makes it difficult for the better player when he plays with a guy who's playing fearlessly against him.
That lone match is match 4. Lozada now just 1 down to Mole on the tee on the par 3 17th. And just one last thought about what you're saying, Steve. The idea to do this was born out of the fact that the NCAA championships are using the same format. So Coach McMakin and everybody else in the field wants to prepare their teams for it.
It mirrors the venue and is perfectly, really. And so credit the SEC for following suit.
Coach McMakin talking to Manuel Lozada, the freshman from Cordoba, Argentina, will be on the tee first, and Doug Bell is now watching.
Taylor, very exciting. A lot of folks now gathering around this 17th green. Hole location, back right-hand corner. Tough hole location. The winds have died down now late in the afternoon, which has been good, and it's created a lot of great iron shots. So let's see, about 180 yards to go. Lozada coming off that birdie, just 1 down. Crucial tee shot, though. You don't want to go short in that bunker. You want it somewhere on the green to give yourself a birdie opportunity, but again, a very difficult hole location.
So his teammate Tyson Reeder hit it underneath the hole just a few minutes ago. Lean into the right. In the bunker.
Didn't expect that.
Off the heels of a clutch putt, that's a mistake. So if you're Scott Limbaugh talking to William Mole here, do you change anything based on where Lozada just hit it?
It depends on how comfortable he is with the wind and with the hole location. Ideally, if you played a fade, you could force it to the back right pin. He's got to think, maybe I can make par and win this match and win the championship.
How much wind are they dealing with at the moment, Doug?
I'd say about 10 miles per hour, pretty steady, nothing crazy. Not a lot of gusts, which you get sometimes here at the Seaside course. It's really been a glorious day, temperature-wise, in the mid to high 70s. That constant breeze, Scott Limbaugh talking to his man, William Mole, and I do think the play here, Steve and Taylor, the prudent play, let's go for 5 feet away. Let's have a long birdie putt coming up, going back to the bag, making a switch.
And Doug, we're looking at the ball there of Lozada, and it's really not that difficult a shot, but
I love it.
Mole can close it out right here.
I mean, with this one, I think it has to be 5. All right, well, let's get on the 5 iron. Switch it. Everything's just fine. Okay. Everybody's waiting on us, so we ain't got to worry about them. Low punch. Huh? Low punch.
Flag limp at the moment.
Sounds like Doug, he wants to play a low cut.
Yeah,
there.
Took one more club, Steve. Went with a 5 iron to play that cut. Let's see if he can pull it off at this crucial stage.
It's a safe shot outside of 40 feet away. It's that unique move where he rocks back right before impact, puts it on the green, trying to close out the Razorbacks in the final match.
Looks like he's going. Waiting for the airplane. Don't climb up that bunker, you knucklehead. Good gracious.
Manuel Lozado is one down to William Mole on the 17th hole. Lozado just climbs out of the bunker. And now Mole will be putting for birdie. Doug, is Mole further away from the hole than Lozado?
It was interesting, Taylor. Lozado was in there digging in, doing his waggle, the pre-shot routine, and then one of his teammates said, "Whoa, wait." And so he backed off. Of course, a jet flew over, and everybody got a good chuckle out of that. And now William Mole asking, is it me? And everybody nodded yes. So Mole is farther out. He'll be putting from long range, every bit of 45 feet.
Trying to get that inside the 3-foot circle here, Steve.
Yeah, I think he knows that if he puts it close, puts the pressure on his opponent, there's a chance they could walk up the screen as a champion.
Mole taking a last look, the sophomore from Houston, Texas. One of the top-ranked individual players in all of college golf. Finished 12th in individual play this week. We mentioned the success he's already had here on this golf course, winning the 2018 Jones Junior Cup with a scoring record of 204. Lining his ball up with the hole as Coach Limbaugh watches.
Who do you think's more nervous, player or coach?
I would typically say the coach, though Limbaugh has been in this position so many times.
Big left to right breaker, guys, 45 feet. We'll leave the flag stick in.
Full shoulder turn, gets it to the hole. Well done. So now Lozada has to get up and down
to extend the match,
or Vanderbilt wins the Southeastern Conference.
Taylor, it's a great lie. Firm bunker, ball in an upslope. Wasting a little time.
And hits a good shot. But again, we'll have to make that to extend the match.
Two years ago, it came down to the last hole. This year, perhaps the 17th hole.
You mentioned Lozada committing to Coach McMakin from Cordoba, Argentina, which made Segundo Oliva Pinto decide to transfer from UNC Wilmington to Fayetteville to join his countrymen. And now Lozada in a must-make situation to try to get this match to the 18th tee. He's played terrific match play golf this weekend. He knocked out LSU's Drew Doyle 3-1 in the quarterfinals yesterday and beat Dan Erickson of Texas A&M this morning in the semifinals. How much break is left in this, Doug?
Taylor, I'd aim at just one ball outside the cup on the right side. I think it's a subtle little right to left breaker for par to extend the match.
Here we go to the 18th tee.
I wonder if Commissioner Sankey's written this script for this championship again. Come down to the last hole.
Mr. Hussey, Womack, and Sankey full credit for what they've done to switch this to match play and get the kind of entertainment we have seen each of the last 4 times we've done it. On the perfect spot to do it too.
Really impressed with this young man. This is a freshman, a true freshman. Here he's got the spotlight on him. He performs beautifully, got it up and down there. Now can he put this tee shot in the fairway at 18?
Yeah, 2 teenagers left on the course. Moll, the sophomore from Houston, and Lozada, the freshman from Argentina. Here's again the bunker shot, hitting it way up in the air.
Played it confidently, played it quickly. Even more impressive was the putt.
On the tee first on the closing hole. Must win it to send it to a 19th hole, or Vanderbilt wins the SEC. And he likes it.
Should carry over the hill, be in perfect position.
You can't play it any better. That crosswalk could be in jeopardy with some of these longer hitters. Now Moll. Has that unorthodox wind up in his swing where he rocks back a little bit, but boy, does it work. 2 perfect tee shots in the center of the fairway. Moll 1 up on Lozada in the deciding match of the SEC Men's Golf Championship. Stunning Sea Island. We had the stroke play Wednesday through Friday, quarterfinal matches Saturday morning, semifinal matches this morning, and the championship match this afternoon, coming down to the Lozada Moll match with Moll 1 up on number 18.
18 is not an easy driving hole, but we were certainly impressed with what we saw here. First, Lozada. Beautiful change of direction, full release, striped it right down the middle. And now Moll, kind of a different move away. Equally good release, striped it down the middle. You always want to know how your swing performs under pressure. I'd say they get an A+.
And look at the result. Coach McMakin is asking the official to come in to determine who's away. Doug, it's just about neck and neck.
They are pretty close, guys. I got them both 134 front plus 27. I have them both at 161 in this whole location in the back left-hand corner. To me, and I've been coming here for a long time, and Steve has too, this is a gettable hole location. I love it. Now, if you miss it right, you're in trouble. But you have an opportunity with that back slope in the green to get it close. This is going to be an exciting finish.
Short pretty much dead on with the flag in the middle. I got a coin. If it's heads, you're away. Tails, you're away.
How about this?
It's tails. Vanderbilt's away.
Comes down to a coin toss to determine who hits the second shot on 18.
You gotta love it.
I thought for a second we might be using rangefinders to determine who was away, but instead we go to the old-fashioned coin toss, and Moll will get to play first. You said 161, Doug?
Yep, 161 sets up for his right to left ball flight. Let's see if he can pull off something special.
He is eyeing it. Great shot. So Lozada from the same exact yardage will step in here, Doug, with a chance to attack.
And he loves to play that right to left shot. A little bit of draw.
Asking for it to draw some more. And he hits it inside of Mole. That left for birdie.
What more could you ask for?
You were saying it, I think, during a commercial break earlier today, that the level of golf has been so high all week. It comes down to the final match, and it's as high as it's been for the past 5 days.
Really, no longer are there 2 or 3 really good teams. There are 14 very competitive teams in the conference in golf.
It's so true. You had a couple of top 20 teams that didn't even make the weekend. Florida and Auburn are 2 of the better teams in America. They didn't even make the match play portion. And Georgia, who won the stroke play portion, lost in the quarterfinals.
They were the odds-on favorite, I think, to win this thing, you know, given their advantage here, how many times they played here. Davis Thompson, the leader of their team, lives here on St. Simons. Will be playing in the Walker Cup in a couple of weeks, but it wasn't meant to be. But credit Vanderbilt here. I mean, they've just kind of hung in there, played steady, didn't beat themselves, kept the matches close, and now it becomes a putting contest here on the last hole.
What's great about this format is you reset everything when you go into the weekend, so no matter how your team has performed or you have performed, it's a brand new ball game. Manuel Lozada is an example of that. Finished 44th of 70 players. Didn't have his best stuff Wednesday through Friday, but has turned it around over the weekend to win a couple of critical matches and hits it inside of Mole here. Meanwhile, Mole's been one of the most consistent performers in the entire event. Shot 371s Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
213 is really solid around here. One of those rounds was in the very, very difficult conditions. That's a nervous group of players right there.
None of those guys have won an SEC title. A team that was led by John Augenstein in 2017. They've all moved on. Meanwhile, the Razorbacks have several players that tasted victory 2 years ago. Coach Limbaugh helping his guy Mole there on the green, who will putt first, Doug.
Yeah, he's got about 14 feet. Now this 18th green is like a potato chip. I mean, there's peaks and valleys and all sorts of undulation, but the whole location is cut on the flattest part of the green. So while this putt will break right to left, it's not one of those crazy sharp breaks. It's subtle. Both putts very, very makeable. And Mole walking from the cup back to the hole again. 14 feet, little right to left breaker. I think he's got a really good chance to win the SEC title for Vandy on this stroke coming up.
One of 4 Texans in the starting 5 for Coach Limbaugh. A decorated junior player who's turned into one of the best collegiate players. And a sophomore now with a chance to take the title if this goes down. And he misses it on the low side, and that'll roll out some 3 feet away. So Lozada has a chance to extend this match to a 19th hole.
Remember, he birdied 16 when he needed it most. Got it up and down on the last hole. Can he hold this and extend the match one more time?
How similar is this line, Doug?
Very similar. He's obviously a little closer, about 8 feet. Will break from right to left. He's a very aggressive putter. and you have to kind of let this one roll on its own and let the contour go to work.
Oh, it hits the right edge just a little too strong. That close.
Wow. He started to walk too, Taylor, to go get it.
All of us thought he had it, and instead, Mole has a 3-footer to win the SEC.
I think Scott Limbaugh was as sure as anybody it was going in.
Anchor down again. Vanderbilt wins the Southeastern Conference.
Arkansas 4, Vanderbilt 4. Vanderbilt wins the match. 1-up.
It's remarkable how close that match was to going to a 19th hole.
This really speaks to the quality of college golf, not only in the Southeastern Conference, but across the country as a whole. You've got great coaching, you got great facilities, you've got great teaching. This is a tribute to what's great about the game.
You just have to be beaming if you're affiliated with the Southeastern Conference for the level of play that we've seen the last 5 days and how close these matches were. Congratulations to the boys from Nashville taking home another title.
And impressed with how they competed. I mean, very supportive of one another. Look at this. I mean, what more can you say?
The youngest Limbaugh boy is worn out. He saw a lot of golf today.
Dog.
You know, Taylor, this makes all those early morning workouts, all those hours on the practice tee, coming out before it lights up, going back home when it's dark. This makes it worthwhile.
It sure does. Coach Limbaugh wins the Southeastern Conference for a second time in 9 years. Son Thomas a little worn out after all the golf today. Scott and his wife Kate and their 2 daughters Mally and Annie also out here watching. Julian Perico played great golf today. And
we're super proud of you guys. First of all, we got the SEC champion. And Hart today, I don't know if this is even better than last year.
You guys have nothing to be disappointed about.
The effort that y'all gave. The University of Arkansas should be very proud of you guys. I know they are, because I am. And thank you, parents. Matt, Ryan, Hunter, J. Mac, Barrett's parents. Good week.
wow, that was powerful.
Classy.
Brad McMakin, what a man. In his 15th season says he's just as proud as these guys. And look how close we were to going to a 19th hole. Arkansas goes home with the individual title with Segundo Oliva Pinto. Coach McMakin thought that was in the center of the hole. Instead, Vanderbilt is the winner, and Doug Bell is with the champions.
With head coach Scott Limbaugh, emotional time, Scott. I can tell family's here, your team's here, and that goes down to the final putt in the last hole.
Yeah, it's, I mean, we absolutely knew going against that team right there that it would take our very best effort. And it's, I couldn't be proud. I'm just happy for those guys. It's obviously been a trying year, and just everything they've put through it, you know, come together as a group. Just they got the right kind of character, and I'm proud of the way they represent us, the way they compete.
What a week. You make it out of stroke play, and that's tough in itself. And then, boy, what a challenge every day. match play.
Oh man, it really was. And yeah, stroke play's tough. I think we were 10 shots out of first and 7 shots from not playing match play. So our league's just it's strong. It's always strong, and we're just so thankful. I'm so thankful to the SEC and what they do for us, and they've supported us all year long, and our university and their commitment to our program. And like I said, I'm extremely pleased and proud of this group and the way they play and the way they represent us.
Well, Scott, congratulations on another Southeastern Conference championship.
Thank you, Doug.
You can see why that man has put a couple of players on the PGA Tour with Will Gordon and John Augenstein. And the guys following behind him have won the Southeastern Conference. We'll be back to wrap it up in just a moment. Back here on a gorgeous Sunday afternoon at Sea Island Golf Club here on St. Simons Island. In just a moment, we're going to send you to some college baseball. But first, we're going to have the presentation of the team championship here between Vanderbilt and Arkansas, won by the Commodores. And Doug Bell is down there with the commissioner and the winning team.
Well, quite a scene here as they get ready to hand the trophy to the Vanderbilt Commodores. Commissioner Greg Sankey, who was in Omaha, Nebraska last night for the volleyball championships, and Kentucky was a winner there for the first time. Now let's hear from the commissioner.
I'm on the Seaside course. I want to thank Scott Styland, Vijay Singh, Brandon Veal, Patrick Richardson, Dylan Stafford from the Sea Island Resort to make this a special, special event. So gentlemen, thank you that are here, and make sure they get the thanks from all of us. We had 30 rules officials. That last one was a coin flip. A lot of criticism sometimes around officiating. We don't do coin flips in football games. Maybe we should, because that seemed to happen. But thank you to them, and Andy Priest, who pulls all of this together for us, and Brian Scheifler, both, who make all of this coordination happen, because it doesn't just happen by showing up. And I'm going to throw it back to Charlie. We're going to recognize the individuals on the championship team. But I want to say again, as the Razorbacks are heading off to travel home, thank you to Brad McMakin and to his team for a great week, a great event, great effort. Charlie, back to you.
Okay, we'll recognize the 2021 champion Vanderbilt Commodores. So, gentlemen, if you would come see the commissioner when your name's called out. First, Cole Sherwood. Right here, gentlemen. Okay. Okay, Reed Davenport. Harrison Ott. William Ball. William, right here. Matthew Riedel. And Michael Shears. Back to you, Commish.
Okay. One of the fun things I get to do is make sure the trophy goes to the right people. Again, I want to thank the University of Arkansas Razorback and congratulate them on incredible week. Wish them well going forward. There's still more golf to play, gentlemen. So all those COVID protocols, masks, swabbing, more to come. But thank you for making it possible. Scott, you and Gator, I want you all to come up here. That trophy is yours. I'm going to let you grab it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
It's COVID protocol.
Scott Limbaugh, Gator Todd, and the Vanderbilt Commodores win the SEC title for the second time in school history and the second time in the last 4 years. One of the best teams in America, and a hard-fought victory over the Arkansas Razorbacks. Steve Melnick, I want to thank you. It was a joy to work with you, my friend. Thank you for having us in your home.
As was you and all the great production team back in the booth. Those are the folks who do all the hard work and not seeing her. We get more credit than we should. They did a great job behind the scenes.
Yes, they do. Jim LaPera, Chris Olmeyer, and his entire team do such a great job. We appreciate all the great work Doug Bell did for us on the course this week here on St. Simons Island at Sea Island Golf Club here on the Seaside course. Coming up next, Missouri and Arkansas in college softball, two of the top 20 teams in the country. We'll join that in progress. They're in the 4th inning with the Tigers on top. We saw all kinds of shot making this week from all the players. I'm Taylor Zarzour signing off from one of the best pieces of land in the United States. Anchor down. Vandy wins the SEC again.